cards for sure, so be sure to check that out later on the YouTube. Thanks for the 7 months of support. I do appreciate it. I think it's decent. You know, Noble into Finks into Evolutions potentially. Need to figure out what we want to play after this deck. It's only 12 o'clock, so even if this takes 2 hours, we have at least an hour. Can play another deck from the queue. Naya Titan Shift, could be Kiki Chord, could be Bring to Kiki maybe. Mukau. Kiki Chord. I free Kiki. There's actually a Kiki Chord list right towards the top of the queue, but it's got ley lines in it, and ley lines are bugged on Magic Online. They announced the Hearthstone nerfs. That's exciting. Whoa, those are big. Anyone who's been playing Hearthstone's current format knows that those are big. They nerfed Quest Rogue a little bit too, which is good. How long, for those that didn't actually read the full article, how long does it take? So I want to play Angel Chord this weekend, but we'll probably not get all the cards. Missing a Thoughtseize and a Verdant Catacombs. Is it reasonable to throw a Campbell in the Thoughtseize slot? Yeah, the Marsh Flats is fine. Actually, a random green fetch is probably better than Marsh Flats, because fetching basic forest is generally the most important. So, like, what does the fetch line break up? It's 4. Yeah, I'd probably play like a Wooded Foothills as a random extra green fetch before I'd play Marsh Flats. As for the Thoughtseize, you could play an Inquisition or a Duress as well in those slots. So I'm going to attack with my Kitchen Finks here because it has Exalted. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and put Archangel of Thune into play here, because then next turn we can Chord for Spike Feeder and combo, right? Yeah, not only Call to Arms is a great change too, because of the way the even odd decks work. Now even Paladin can't play Call to Arms, and Call to Arms is much weaker in Odd Paladin, because Odd Paladin only has 1-drops to go get with it. I am playing the black-green rock deck this weekend at the Open, yes. I mean, even Pally is probably still playable. It's just not busted above everything else anymore. I mean, I don't think I'm trying to combo aggressively here, Peewit. I'm just positioning myself in a way where, like, I could combo. Like, one of the things that's great about this deck is that, like, this is just a good card to have in play, right? This is just like a good Magic card, so like having this in play isn't really a drawback. I'll play Voice here. Hearthstone announced the cards that they're nerfing today. They haven't patched yet, but they announced which cards they plan to nerf. All right, sweet. And now, because Voice is in play, I get to go ahead. Oh, I actually can't kill them this turn this way, right? When your cards get nerfed, I believe they credit you dust back for them. Pretty sure. Blizzard's pretty good about what they do. So, I'm not pulling the trigger on this Spike Feeder because they can kill it in response. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Siege Rhino next turn, which will trigger the Archangel, which will give the Spike Feeder an extra counter, and then they need 2 removal spells to beat it. So they're courting for 4 here. I'm going to go ahead and make my things very large here in response because they could be getting Linvala. So I'm gonna make a few things lethal here. And again, this is like if I was playing in paper, I'd just say, all right, I'm gonna do this 4,000 times or 10,000 times or 1,000,000 times or whatever. And I'm like, all my creatures stand the Spike Feeder and have 1,000,000 counters on them. Probably just gonna go to 50 or 60 here for practicality's sake. What are the 4 drops they could be getting here, right? I basically want all of my creatures to be lethal. So for those, this is the combo in this deck. She made me keep it. We do have Path for Linvala. This is probably enough, right? I think my Angel do a 30 for posterity's sake. This is their turn, so I'm gonna get to untap here. This is their turn. Stonehorn Dignitary. Yup. That just happened. I'm gonna path that one. So they can't blink it and shit. Not attacking here because I can't. Alright, they're dead. Confirmed need right of consumption for Stonehorn, right? So I probably want Linvala against another creature utility deck. This probably isn't an Abrupt Decay matchup. If they're on a combo, it's probably Kiki combo. I think it's just the Linvala in here. Probably trim like a Siege Rhino. I like that Shalai can protect my creatures. I like Path for interacting with their combo creatures. Yeah, Pontiff's okay, I suppose. Kitchen Finks is kind of mediocre. Let's do that. See how it feels. Get that person some bits. They do appear to be on Kiki. Mulligan to 6. We've got Chord plus a mana dork into a 2-drop, so pretty hard to mulligan here. Does Stonehorn target? It does. Wow, that's great. Shalai is so good. Just does so many things. Please play 2 more mana dorks. Please play 2 more mana dorks. Woo! Woo! I'll take it. I'll take one more. Yeah. I got a piece of candy, chat. Delicious, delicious Pontiff candy. Get out of here. Get out of here. We won all the matches I expected to win, and we lost the match that I conceded on turn 2. Dum, da, dum, da, dum, da, 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 da. 100 bits for every time you say Shalai correctly. I don't actually know how to pronounce it, so I don't know that I can do that. Cinderglade a budget choice? Maybe. They had another one earlier too. What are the bad matches for Black Green? The unwinnable matchup is Red Green Valakut. Shalai? No, I'll make my opponent play it out at the tournament, but this isn't a tournament. This is Magic Online, and the fun points aren't worth playing out a 10% matchup to me. Shall I? That sounds fucking made up. Kids making shit up over there. I'm gonna go ahead and pass here. Shalele. Yeah, Shalele. Let's go with Shalele. I appreciate. Yep, pretty obvious Restoration Angel here. I can chord for Linvala if they have a Kiki-Jiki next turn. But I actually get to combo them next turn, right? Shalele. Well, Shalele is a sweet word. That's not the card we're talking about. Good try, though. Always over chord. 1, our opponent could have an Aven Mind Sensor. And 2, you don't want them to know exactly what we're getting. This might be chord for Mind Sensor in response, which makes overchording very good here. Yep, sweet. Now we can get any 4-drops if we find them. I mean, we're kind of just going to go ham with this Gavony Township, right? Eventually. Blue da ba dee da ba die, da ba dee da ba die, da ba dee da ba die. I am going to Louisville this weekend. It's my first individual open in a while. That wasn't a full meme open. I'm going to be playing Green Black Rock. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can chord for 4 here. This is totally just chord. This is like just chord for the Lord and then Township kill them. Especially if they draw a brick here. Nothing to see here. Just very unlucky. I'm very sure about 0 bobs. What am I getting? Is it more correct to get Siege Rhino? I guess I could get Shalai. And then I could just Gavony and then my Shalai eats their resto. If I get Wilt-Leaf Liege, this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. I'm gonna get this and try and kill them with the Gavony Township. Punished. Wait, is that really punishment? Yeah, if I would have gotten Eternal Witness there. Are they dead on board though? They're dead on board, right? They have one card in hand, but they like block here and they take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then Gavony is +4. I'm gonna start by smashing with everything and seeing what the result is. Because I can always Eldritch Evolution into something that will make us not dead if they don't die to this attack. This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. God, we're one short. So if they have something tricky here, we're dead. Hey, HobXD, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the support. Thanks for helping me do what I do here. Maybe something weird like Mystifying Maze they could get us. We'll die to this Resto in the air, but I think I like just putting them dead here. Yeah, they didn't have anything and they died. God bless us, everyone. Oh, don't pump and evolve the Rhino. That's interesting. That's a good line. I think I like that line better, actually. It's more conservative, right? Yeah. Well, it doesn't really play around path because they could just path the Fiend Hunter and get their Mind Sensor back, but I think it's better. Look, my encyclopedic knowledge of tier 4 lands that you can get with Knight of the Reliquary in Modern runs deep. Knight of the Reliquary is just that. I've played a lot of the Knight of the Reliquary in Legacy. Has anybody in chat ever knighted for Nantaku Monastery? That was my jam. I top 8'd a bunch of opens with Nantuko Monastery in my deck. That was when Modern was a different time. Or Legacy, excuse me. When Legacy was a different time. Knight for my Nantuko Monastery. That card eats Batterskull tokens like a mother. It's very good. The best was when they'd like attack their Nimble Mongoose into the Nantuko Monastery and you didn't have Threshold. You'd be like, all right, cycle this land, dredge my loam, activate my Nantuko Monastery because I have Threshold now. Get ya. Eater of the Days went pretty medium. We got fairly slaughtered. Valakut, gonna be harder for us, but we have a pretty quick combo hand, which is one of our better ways to win this style of matchup. Don't have a bolt, don't have a bolt, don't have a bolt. Ding. All right, I'm gonna attack with this, and then hopefully they just do nothing next turn. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat and get a link to a deck list. Like to make it easy for people that are watching the stream to get access to the information that they want. I really wish more people that streamed would take the time to use the Stream Decker. It's very convenient. Makes it a much better for the viewer. Tap out for something dumb that doesn't kill my stuff. Cast a Bloodbraid Elf into a ramp spell. It was a risky click, you're not wrong. I definitely trusted my dexterity there. Riskiest click you'll make into your library at Magic Online for the one of without making the window bigger. Ramp spell. Ramp spell. Ramp spell. Yes! All right, you're dead. I guess they could have a lightning bolt, but hopefully they're dead. Hopefully they're dead, chat. They don't have a bolt, they're dead. And I feel like they would have bolted my stuff already, right? Maybe. Teach our opponents they can't do nothing till turn 4 in Modern. No. Untap green source. 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 That's so sad. That's so sad. Untapped green source was lethal. It would have let us Eldritch Evolution this into the other thing. We do still just get to give them the business here a little bit though. Bump up the jam. Bump up the bump up the bump up the jam. Bump up the bump up the bump up the jam. Bump up the bump up the bump up the jam. Don't kill me, bro. Don't kill me. Don't do it. Don't kill my board. No Titans. No Through the Breach Emrakul. Just play more derpy ramp spells. I guess if they have derpy ramp spells, they can kill my Noble Hierarch here. Finks blocks a lot. You're not wrong. This deck's never going to have trouble killing us. They'll pretty much always have enough. They get 2 triggers here. I assume they're going to kill the Noble Hierarch. They could also get double Valakut. If they get double Valakut, we kill them. Okay, so I assume Noble Hierarch's going to eat it here. Oh, they could just kill the Archangel, right? And then we're dead? Yeah, because it's 2 triggers. Well, wait a second to see if they make a mistake. Every deck I love in Modern dies to derpy Valakut. Do 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 do. The green-black video should be done uploading, but I don't publish things until I'm done streaming for the day. If you'd like to take a peek at the video before I'm done streaming for the day, my subscribers have access to the Twitch pod, so they don't have to wait. But if you would like to wait for YouTube, you're gonna have to wait till I'm done streaming for the day. Here's my last 100 bits for the superhero shirts. Last week, Flash. Yesterday, Captain America. Today is Batman. Loved the green-black Tron stream, so thanks for that too. Thanks for the bits, Mangled Mailman. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Eternal Stream Day. Playing decks that lose to Red Green Titan is basically the name of the stream. Basically everything I enjoy playing dies to Red Green Titan in a Burning Blaze. The Red Green Valakut devours all of the decks that are trying to play a mid-range game. And it's harder to interact with than Tron, honestly. Yeah, probably. I don't think it really matters either way. Yep. Yeah, if you're not consistently lethaling people by turn 4 to 5, you're gonna have a bad Valakut matchup. So Valakut basically punishes all of the decks that are good and interesting in Modern. Here's the dirty secret, ASIM 5KM. Good standard formats are always expensive. Standard's just been really bad for a really long time, so that's why it seemed like it was cheap. Sure, and then they just kill you with their next threat. Minimum number of bits added deck to the queue, 1,000 bits adds a deck to the queue. $10 worth of bits. This is not good enough. Just gonna move on with our lives. This matchup's pretty impossible anyways. While we're waiting for the next matchup that will hopefully not involve Red Green Valakut to pop, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who's hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer. We stream a ton of Modern here on this channel. We try to play fun, sweet, and interesting decks whenever possible. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel, or at the very least checking out my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, Mack Weldon provides premium men's clothing. Using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HoogleClothes, you can save 20% on your first order of premium t-shirts, shorts, polos, underwear, all sorts of great stuff there. I wish there was a predicted time for donation decks to be played. A good estimation is right now I'm about 5 weeks back for decks that don't have anything else bumped up to them. So if you want a realistic expectation, a deck that's added to the queue for just the base $10 is probably going to wait about 5 weeks. I think this hand has enough upside that on the draw I'm going to keep it. It's pretty powerful. Could be Dredge, could be Amulet. The base went, I lowered the base from 12 to 10 for 2 reasons. One, I wanted the base price for donation deck lists to be the same for Hearthstone and Magic, so that way there's just some consistency there when I'm explaining it. And also, in Modern, I'm playing primarily friendly leagues, which are now only $8 to enter, and originally I had the $12 donation set as the base because competitive leagues cost $12, so 10's a nice round number. Yeah, we should be very dead here if they have a Titan. Well, 10 out of 10 will concede if they play a Titan. So again, not going to make them click through their combo kill, but I'm also not going to make them play it out once I know they have it. All right, I'm not going to make them click through it fully, but I am going to make them show that they have the card that actually kills us. This is the first stream with the low delay, Christus. I had the option when I logged into Twitch last night. You want to see their kill? That's unfortunate for you. You should Google it. The nerfs in Hearthstone seem perfect. I think it's awesome that Hearthstone is able to nerf cards as opposed to banning them outright. Seems great, so that way decks can continue to exist but just be slightly less powerful. Damping Sphere is good here. Damping Sphere is good here. So we've got that going for us. Rex Sage is okay. Scavenging Ooze doesn't do much. Path is actually fine in this matchup because you can eventually run them out of Titans. Sahali doesn't do much. Siege Rhino's a little bit slow. Tracker is slow. Is Kitchen Finks too slow? Finks might be too slow. Just not going to beat them down. All right, let's do it. My goal is to stream a minimum amount of Magic a week, isn't Toth? So we're going to do 3 Hearthstone decks this afternoon. Don't worry. Hex doesn't modify cards. Hex just ban cards for whatever reason. They don't modify cards. I think they use their secondary market as an excuse to not nerf cards. Instead, they just ban them. No, we're probably going to do another league after this because we're running kind of bad and we're getting killed pretty quickly. Move my boy up. Which boy, Flickmister? Which one? Which one is the horse in your race? What Hearthstone streamers do I enjoy? Brian Kibler and Dog are probably my 2 favorite Hearthstone streamers. on that one. Mardu Pyro, sounds good. Thank you for the support. Making a note of that. I get all the donations, bonuses for decks added during a stream at the end of the stream. So it won't get moved up until the end, but it will get added. I probably CBN. I didn't say it was a good reason. I just said I was pretty sure it was the reason they gave. Kibler is the same person that played Magic. They actually sponsored him to play Arena, which was interesting. I think Eidolon's a little bit too slow here. Maybe the rest of our cards are bad enough that I just want to play it anyways, but... Alright, play him a 4/4 for 4. Dear opponent, please don't kill me. I guess I'm just courting for Rex Sage since we drew this land, right? Yeah, I'm gonna court for Rex Sage. I mean, Zach, this deck has the same issues that Kiki Court has had for forever, right? A lot of these mid-rangey creature toolbox decks have. This deck is very bad against fast, linear decks. Our combo is slow and clunky, and our interaction is also kind of slow and clunky, so things really have to come together well for us in order to be able to play to have game against these decks like Amulet Titan and like Tron and like Red Green Valakut. Like, we have to have our best of our best draws in order to make those things work. I'm just gonna jam this into play. We might be able to tempo them out of this game. I'm gonna go ahead and attack them for 3 with this bird, and we can path their first Titan and then witness path the second Titan. Wet Ball is very good in this matchup. We boarded in 3 of them. Hopefully they'll be dead before they play the third Titan, but if they're not dead before they play the third Titan, we'll probably lose. Huh. So, since they didn't Titan us this turn, I think I just want to go get back Wilt-Leaf Liege. Give myself the best possible chance to have lethal next turn. Sometimes they don't have all their pieces come together, and then our kind of mediocre aggro plan can come together and beat them down. It's a Fire Spout. Hey, Wilt-Leaf Liege is still lethal. I'm gonna path back, because otherwise they could go to 1. Title's updated, thank you. What's going on, Pinta? Howdy, howdy. Drop this fat boy. All right. It does, yep. Is Eidolon good enough? I think it might be, thinking about it more. A lot of our cards are pretty bad here. I guess I want this. No, I don't think this is good enough. Nah, I think Abrupt Decay is too narrow. I don't really have anything I want to cut in my deck. I kind of like all the cards that I have here. Like, what do I cut? What card in my deck is worse than Eidolon? I feel like all the cards I have in my deck right now kind of have a purpose. I mean, we literally just won that game because of Liege, because of the boost that it provides. Voice makes Eldritch Evolution much better. I can't cut Voice and Kitchen Finks and still play 4 Eldritch Evolution reasonably. They literally fire spouted us last game. We're not going to cut the Selfless Spirit. Literally played a sweeper. It's probably about time for a Moto reboot. Wow, only 2 gigs of RAM? Look at that. Not leaking as much memory as you used to, Moto. Did they dismember? I don't think they did they? They showed us Fire Spout. Oh, they dismembered the Liege, right? Yeah, they definitely dismembered the Liege, you're right. That's how the Liege died in the first place. So we can Archangel next turn and then Chord for lethal the following turn, assuming we don't die to a Titan here. You got to use your words. Can't just tell me I'm wrong. You got to explain why it's wrong. That's the rules here. That's how this works. I agree with your statement, but you gotta put more into it than that. All right, we're dead. All right, linear me, baby, one more time. Everybody dance now. Really? I could Chord for 1 and get Fairgrounds Warden? That's interesting. You probably do that at F&M and not get caught. Gets any creature out of my deck, it's fine. What do we got? MTG Bot said they were last seen playing Hollowed One, which is actually a pretty okay matchup for us. By Dancing. No, Dancing is encouraged. Almost certain that Dancing is encouraged. Stoneforge Mystic is too strong for modern. Doo-da, doo-da. Stoneforge Mystic is too strong for modern. Oh, the doo-da day. Doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. Beep, 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 doo-doo-doo. I want to play a Grizzly Bear this turn, chat. Do you think my Grizzly Bear will be good? It can block the Flameblade Adept. Oh wait, I can't block the Flameblade Adept. I'll just trade it with the Bloodghast. That's a fair oh wait, this one comes back. Oh no. Oh no. I think I'm getting the feeling that my grizzly bear isn't going to be good enough, chat. Is anybody else getting that feeling? Yeah, I think our Voice of Resurgence is going to potentially come up a little bit short. I'm not sure how we win this game, but I don't think it involves blocking that turn. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, I'm gonna flex my data muscles here again for a second. How do I zoom in? Can I not? Oh God, why did it zoom out? All right, so these are, how about macro archetypes? There's this much aggro in the format, and there's this much combo in the format. So that means this number plus this number are the number of decks that are bad matchups for creature combo decks. That's 60% of the format. I don't even want them to unban the obnoxious stuff. I just want them to unban the stuff that's not obnoxious, but banned anyways. Like Stoneforge Mystic, and Twin, and Pod. How do I define mid-range in my list? Arbitrarily. I think I put Titan under combo. Actually, don't remember. When I post the article, I'll link everything. Look, dying on turn 4 because I didn't have Path to Exile or Fatal Push is far less obnoxious than what is currently happening to me in this game. So, people act like Splinter Twin is gross. Modern is literally an entire format of people doing dumb, gross things to each other. If you wanted to play an interactive game, you should play Standard or Hearthstone or something like that. Like, a lot of these decks, they do sweet things, but they're doing big, dumb, sweet things that are linearing each other out, is basically what the gameplay comes down to a lot of the time. And that's not a bug, that's a feature. I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining what the average gameplay is like a lot of the time. Like, I like a lot of those big dumb decks, they're a blast to play. I think Pontiff is quite good enough here. Definitely want the Rec Sage. And I mean, like, there are interactive decks you can play in the format. Like, I'm playing the black-green deck this weekend. I think the black-green deck is very well positioned, and everything outside of the red-green Valakut deck, it has a very reasonable chance and has a lot of play to it. But just because I'm choosing to play that interactive deck doesn't mean a majority of the format does. Yep, you were basically Blue Moon a lot of the time. You were Blue Moon in every matchup that wasn't unwinnable, and in the unwinnable matchups, you're just like, all right, try and twin you. Like, when people use the justification that it felt bad to lose to Twin for the reason why it ultimately needed to go away, it's like, do you know how many things feel bad to lose to in Modern? It's basically all of them. Like, 3 Hallowed Ones on turn 1, Karn on turn 3, Storm killing me on turn 2. Like, all of those things don't feel good to have happen. That Twin caused every blue-red deck. I'm just... Where'd that one go? I'm just gonna... Instead of getting upset, I'm just gonna remove the comment that's not true from chat and move on with my life. I'm much happier that way. Yeah, that's my favorite. It wasn't 40. Okay, so here's the thing, chat. One, what little data we had doesn't show that Twin was 40% of anything. That's just what people who like to parrot and like suck off WotC and like validate every decision they make like to say. And two, we don't have incomplete data. So even if the data said it was a lot, we don't actually know what it was because Magic data is intentionally incomplete. It's intentionally incomplete. The actual answer is one, we don't know. And the second part to that is two, what little bits of information we had from like Pro Tours where we do have kind of complete data, it wasn't 40%. That's not true. Go back and look. Go back and look at modern Pro Tours where Splinter Twin was legal. You don't gotta trust the guy on the screen. You can go back and look at the data for yourself. This turns off my Voice of Resurgence and my Kitchen Finks and my Eternal Witnesses. Turns off a lot. How do I actually win this game? How do I actually win this game? I think it starts with putting this Wilt-Leaf Liege into play. Also, I'm going to show you one more number here. We're talking about Twin being banned because it was too much of a percentage. That probably means we need to ban Humans. For the record, I don't think Humans needs to be banned. I think Humans is a great deck to have in the format and be the best deck in the format. But this number has been creeping up for a while, and it'll probably continue creeping up because the deck's very good. I wouldn't ban anything in Humans. I think banning something in Humans would be stupid. I think Humans is an interactive, honest, aggressive deck that's good to have be the best deck in the format. It encourages people to play fair, honest games of Magic the Gathering, which are the types of games of Magic that I want to be encouraged in Modern. Punished for not playing my Eldritch Evolution last turn. Oh, this is a 4/4 at least, so it trades here even if it doesn't make an elemental. Hey, Mprox, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people producing content on Twitch right now, so I appreciate you choosing to support mine this month. Huh. Maybe I should have attacked with the Noble Hierarch there too. Well, I see you had Prime anyways there. So, it's funny. People are talking about Aether Vial and how Aether Vial would kill all the other non-humans decks. All of the other Aether Vials decks that aren't humans are bad versions of humans. They aren't good. The other decks that you'd be killing, I don't think they should ban anything. But again, I feel like the logic that you can't do it because... Oh, this is a good link. I want to click this link. Wait, really? This This is before Twin got banned. Yeah, December 15. It's not even at the top of the list. It's not even at the top of the list. Sure, but we split up Tron decks between red-green Tron and Eldrazi Tron. Sure, but even you add these together, and it's 5 plus 4 is 9. Can I click back to this and show this 11.5% humans, 12% humans? 12% humans. Is blue-red twin even a blip on here? So just again, like, if you're gonna talk about data and stuff like that, like, go back and quickly validate and see before you talk about things that are wrong. Deck that pushes a lack of interaction. Storm punishes lack of interaction in a different way. Storm can kill you without having a creature in play. Storm demands that you have graveyard hate or hand disruption or counter spells. Whereas Twin literally couldn't win if you had creature removal or spell skite or any other of a number of things that were reasonable. I do agree that Cavern of Souls is a big part of why a lot of things aren't playable in Modern. So they played this stupid Grim Lavamancer. I'm obligated to pass that, right? I started playing my land before I realized what they did. I should have just shocked this in rather than fetching another one of these. Sure, but they couldn't. I said they couldn't win. What I meant to say was, I didn't say what I meant. What I meant to say was they couldn't combo you through creature removal. Storm puts lethal grape shot on the stack without caring about your creature removal a very large number of games. A very large number of games, Storm kills you without a creature in play. That's what I'm saying. You are completely correct that Twin could win without combo killing. What I meant to imply was Twin couldn't combo kill specifically if you had creature removal. Whereas Storm can and often combo kills without a creature in play. I think I would not unban anything that makes degenerate decks better. I would not unban Chrome Mox, I would not unban Right in Flame, Glimpse, all these other cards. Those are cards that should not stay legal. I'm just gonna pass. It's very rare. HA7SU, very, very rare. And for the record, I've kind of come to the philosophical place that Wizards wants people to not have their toys taken away anymore. So my hope is that they will just start unbanning fun things instead of banning other people's toys. I feel like Mox Opal is basically Brainstorm at this point. It's been legal for forever. It's never going to get banned regardless of if it should be. So instead of hoping that they do the reasonable thing and ban messed up cards, I hope they just unban other cards I would like to play with. That format's standard, extras. That format is standard. We're very dead here, right? And this is kind of the story of like these creature toolbox style decks, like sitting here hoping to draw land number 4, draw, running 4 and 5 drops. I'm gonna play the last match in this league. This deck's fun when it works. If we hit another miserable matchup, I'm not gonna play it, but if we pair into something that's interactive or controlling or mid-rangey, Deathrite Shaman, get out of here. Hi, Avugan. I was actually a big proponent of I wish they would have banned Eldrazi Temple instead of Ayavugan. That metagame data is manually composed from large modern tournaments in the last 5 weeks. I spent this morning and yesterday morning before I fired up the stream manually scraping it off the internet. Yeah, Tron's not fast mana. It's still messed up, and in my ideal format it wouldn't be legal, but I don't think it's fast mana by definition. Survey says... Ding. Yeah, but look, what's it called? Temur Twin's nowhere to be seen on this page. So like this is the same as Temur Twin plus the other one. It's almost like modern ebbs and flows, and that the banning of Twin was a knee-jerk reaction to people complaining and the fact that it was good for too long. I actually think the post lands are worse than Tron lands in modern. The post lands are very bad at casting Karn on turn 3, and Karn on turn 3 is the most offensive thing that Tron does. Yeah, it looks like Jund, so I'm glad we played another one. The Jund matchup should be fun with this deck. A lot of back and forth, a little bit of grind. Jarmagoofy, sure. If we had a land here, we get to slam this. Ding. Gonna make both of my things be able to attack in. Nope, because this is a 4/5 because I had to fetch land. Got keep for 5. So, mathematically speaking, it is much harder to have cloud post. The order matters, basically, is what it comes down to. You need 3 things, but you have to have 2 specific ones first and a different one third, which makes the fact that they have to be in a specific order makes it much less likely to happen. Makes it much less likely to happen. So yes, I didn't say you couldn't turn 3 Karn. What I said was you are much less likely to turn 3 Karn. I'm gonna kill a Tarmogoyf here rather than the tracker. I guess maybe I should have played the Qasali Pridemage there, because then they wouldn't have been able to double block without me killing both their things. I didn't think about that. Yeah, and you can't spend your first 2 turns searching for more pieces because those things come into play tapped. Wow, Bloodbraid and Tracker. That's a lot of grind. Burgle and I have done the math. We did it when we were talking about Cloud versus Tron in Legacy. Cloud Post versus Shrine and Legacy, the consistency. And how often you could get to card. He's got a Python script somewhere that shows the numbers. Alright, so this is an Abrupt Decay in, Scavenging Ooze in. Fairgrounds Warden's a little too flaky here. I'd have Ponder, because I wouldn't put both powerful blue cantrips back into the format at the same time. I think part of the problem with Legacy is that the blue decks have a critical mass of good blue cantrips, which makes them a little bit too much more consistent than everything else. So you could probably have Ponder or Preordain if you banned things like Storm, but giving everyone both makes blue a little bit too consistent, I think. I want to trim Eldritch Evolutions in this matchup and a Birds of Paradise. No, Probe's a card that shouldn't be legal because it's a design mistake. Ideally, it shouldn't be legal in Legacy, I think. Just from a game design perspective, it's not a very good or interesting card. If your opponent's taking a minute to resolve the Ponder, that's not Ponder's fault. You need to call a judge on your opponent. I think Mistcutter Hydra is too narrow. Also, a lot of the blue decks have Path to Exile, which means its small upside is not worthwhile. Mistcutter Hydra sounds a lot worse than Thrun, and I don't think Thrun is particularly good right now because the control decks are playing Day of Judgment and Settle the Wreckage and all sorts of other stuff. After you resub, Scott, you need to refresh your browser page and then send the notification through. You get to send a fun message with it, too. Thank you for re-upping, though. I appreciate it. Because I picked one at random. I picked the one that sounded better. All right. You've been around here a lot, Badger. You gotta tell me why you think that way. Why Ponder's too good. Otherwise, take a break. That was a good draw. That lets me make this a 3/3 and attack in here. Do I even want to attack in there? I have extra lands to discard, right? Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna attack them. If we pressure their health total, Bob might end up being on our team this game. I didn't say, did I say Day of Judgment? I meant Wrath of God, Hallowed Burial, Terminus, Settle the Wreckage. I might have said Day of Judgment. Hey, Crimson, thanks for the 6-month free subscription. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thank you for the support. Probe takes away a very interesting part of playing Magic. I agree. It takes away that interesting part at a very little cost. I didn't make any changes after the league. I talked about cards that I liked at the very end of it. Cards that I definitely wanted to play again. But I didn't explicitly make the changes. So I'm gonna sit down and think about it. Yeah, what's going on, Zach? We got into the low latency beta last night. No, I guess it is one card, right? Because Preordain lets you see 3 if you bottom and take a random, whereas Ponder lets you see a 4th potentially. They're down to 8, which is good for us. Yep. We'll lose our bird here. And then, I mean, like, next turn we're just going to, like, fire up Wildwood and basically kill them, right? They're stumbling and fumbling a little bit. Probably Green Sun Zenith. Green Sun Zenith is objectively the weaker of those two cards. I think they'd both be fine, but Green Sun Zenith is definitely the weaker of the two. Well, we beat the two mid-range decks we played. We got run over by the three linear / combo decks that we played. That's about to be expected. If I'm being kind of honest, I'm a little bit disheartened with playing decks like this. This is why I put down Kiki Chord and stuff like that in Modern. I just feel like the way the format has warped back around after people realize Jason Bloodbraid just aren't very good. I think these decks just aren't well positioned and don't have good tools to really give them a great chance in the format. I think Damping Sphere that's hiding over here somewhere helps a little bit, but I don't think it quite does enough to make this deck something I'd be interested in playing in a large event, which is why I'm playing the Green Black Rock deck this weekend. So I think this deck's got a lot of neat things going on. I think if you expect your local format to have a lot of explicitly mid-range decks, I think this is a fine choice, but I think in general, I think this deck just falls a little bit short in Modern in general. All right, I'm going to restart Magic Online really quick since we're lagging. While I'm restarting Magic Online, I would like to say thank you to everybody who's hanging out here today. I know there's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching. Thanks for spending some of your time here with us. If you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing. My subscribers are what keep me here every day. You can also support myself by supporting my sponsors. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. And using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on all of your purchases of custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags there. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your Magic cards into other cards or cash directly with other players. There's no haggling, they just take a 1% fee off the top. And of course, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anaronix, Justin, Nivik, and you. If you are enjoying the content, make sure you follow the stream at the very least. Following doesn't cost you anything, it lets you know when I go live and with what. Alright, I only had